Hey everybody, listen, buyers are asking us time and time again what the best way to go about the first steps with the real estate process are. I put together this PowerPoint presentation. Hope it greets you well. If you need us, we're paris911.com. Hey everybody, I wanted to talk to all your first-time buyers out there that are looking to get into the real estate market and figure out if it's actually the thing to do by getting you caught up with some definitions and also an explanation as to what different property types you might be encountering out there. So first steps, as far as buyers are concerned, I really think that you need to see what different property types there are. And of course, SFR is going to stand for single-family residence. If you're looking for a condominium, that's typically an apartment-style residential home, which is going to be typically one level. A lot of the times the garage, if there is a garage, might be shared with another unit. And if there's not a garage, there's a carport. And sometimes laundry is not located. If it's an apartment to condominium conversion, a lot of the time they didn't allow for there to be any kind of washing structure or a dryer and washer structure within inside each residence. And there might be a community laundromat on the premises somewhere. Townhomes are typically, that's not a legal definition realistically in the California market. However, a townhome to an agent and somebody living in one is going to indicate multiple stories. So there's going to be at least more than one level. You could enter on your garage floor level and then step into a little foyer area, maybe by the front door, and then climb a set of stairs to the living area. And then, of course, besides those two, there are manufactured homes as well. In the Santa Clarita housing market, we do have a couple different tracts that are manufactured. A lot of the times you have to watch out because when you're purchasing manufactured, it's going to be on leased land, so you're going to still, as in a mobile home, you're going to still have a pretty hefty payment every month to maintain besides purchasing the improvement that's been attached to the land via concrete and a foundation. So that's going to separate a manufactured home from a mobile home, and also the mobile home is capable with axles and actually be moved in that respect. Manufactured home, they come in on the back of trucks and the axles and all the bottom assembly has been removed. That's kind of what's going on out there, just to give you an idea as far as what types of properties. Now, when we talk about property profiles, that's something to pay particular attention to because there are now 4 distinct varieties of properties that are currently for sale in the California market. You have your regular human listings, also referred to as equity listings, people that are either at the break-even point after they pay both agents their side of the commission plus their closing costs, or besides being at the break-even point, maybe they have enough money to be able to walk away with a little bit of change in their pocket, or maybe in fact they own the property outright. What's kind of nice about that type of seller in this market, it's actually a real human face that you can negotiate with. Besides the regular human listing, short sales, which is a whole different animal. A short sale is going to require an expert negotiator negotiating on behalf of the owner of the property with their particular bank to convince them that this person has had a life-changing event. He's going to be providing all the documentation necessary to be able to do that to the bank, and then ultimately the bank will either approve or deny the request to let the owner sell a property for less than what they owe. Then, of course, we have bank-owned foreclosure properties. That's very synonymous, those two terms, bank-owned and foreclosure. All bank-owned properties are typically foreclosures because they have finished the foreclosure process. So that's going to necessitate the hiring of an attorney or some sort of a law firm to be able to finalize it and either evict the people that are in there, or they might have left on their own accord. But basically, the owner of the property switches hands from the human owner back to the bank or the corporation, or even another private individual that happened to have that particular property defaulted upon. So then we also have investment properties, the final property type. Investment properties that are out there on the market for sale, some of them are flip properties, properties purchased at auction. If that's the case, then there are definite rules on purchasing those properties, especially when you're trying to use different loan configurations. For example, FHA. FHA might not allow for you to finance a property that's a flip until the property has been owned by the new owner for a period of 90 days. Definitely a good question to ask your particular lender, whomever that may be. As far as search options go, people are running around to Realtor.com and Trulia. They're all great resources. There's nothing wrong with them. Sometimes we see a little bit of a lag on the time that properties have come out of the market and actually ended up being updated. So you need to pay particular attention to that, because if in fact a property is listed for sale and it's been out there for 2 or 3 weeks, for all intents and purposes it could have actually gone into a pending or sold category, and in some of these other sites that aren't updating regularly, you're going to still see the property as being available for sale. So just a word of advice, we do have a solution that's listingbook911.com, or even better if you go to paris911.com/listingbook altogether, you'll be able to get that awesome resource, and it updates several times per hour. First steps when purchasing a home, you need to look, you need to see what's out there, you need to talk to a lender, you need to see what they're, where you are comfortable payment-wise. But besides that, once you get established where you are payment-wise and what you're looking at, then it's very easy. Then what your agent should be asking, or your realtor that you're using, is they'd be asking the questions, hey, what are your minimums? What are your minimum bedrooms? What are your minimum bathrooms? What's the minimum square footage of the house that you're interested in? And again, if you're not familiar with square footages in correlation to actual properties, it's really good to get out there and start banging on some doors and getting into some of these things. Your agent should not have a problem doing that, because it's really all about the education. Besides these particular steps with these properties, whenever we take clients out, what you want to do is you want to have your agent establish FMV, or fair market value, and they're going to do that by pulling a series of comparable properties that are going to compare apples to apples. One thing that we don't want you to do, and we really encourage our clients to fight this, is increasing their purchase amount above their level of comfort. Please, don't do this to yourself. Being mortgage poor completely sucks. That's it. This is Connor McIver with the Paris 911 team. If you need us, we would love to talk to you. Be safe. Have a wonderful day, and I hope you enjoyed it.